go where I want and I do what I want. My belt match the kicks, don't you go burn them. Empty to the G, man, who you think it gonna be? And I'm back with the best reaction channel on YouTube that wouldn't be possible without YouTube. Now, the title of this video is going to be how I got arrested at the Oakland Warriors parade. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're one of my day ones, drop a like and leave a comment like you always do. Now, without wasting any time, let's get into it. All right, y'all. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Warriors basketball team, I want to say in 2015, 2017, and 2019, they were basketball NBA world champion. Not world. Yeah, they do say world champions, even though we only play the sport in America. Very weird. But anyway, they won. And at this time, I have I want to say 29. And no, 27. Yeah, I was 27. So anyway, I was 27 years old, and I just got released from prison. And they actually gave me an option when I got released. They said, would you rather move back to the same county that you were from, or would you like to go to a different county? And I said, you know what? Let me go to a different county, because I've always been self-sufficient. And honestly, I want to just make a clean start and start my life over, because I really planned on getting my life together. So I said, you know what? What are my options? They was like, you got Sacramento and you got Oakland. I said, okay, give me Oakland. Like, okay. So they give me Oakland. They asked me, do you have a steady residence in Oakland? I say, no. They said, we can put you in a halfway house. This is where you can go there, work for a year, save your money, and then buy an apartment and get your life on track. I said, bet. So I chose that. Now, the only problem with that part of the story is, what I didn't realize at the time is that it's in Oakland. If you know, you know. You know. There is nothing. I'm not gonna down talk Oakland, but let's be real. A person in my situation at that time, I wasn't looking for jobs like that. Like, let's be real. And there's not a lot of jobs being given out. So let's just say, with my newly incentivized self of actually my newly incentivized version of myself to actually retrieve a couple dollars here and there too, moved to Oakland. I was in a halfway house there with, let's see, 17 to 30 other individuals who are in my position, a little further back on their road to recovery and getting their life together. And when I say that, I mean, nobody was trying to recover or rehabilitate nothing. Everybody was on some, as soon as I walked in there, hey, where are you from? I'm like, nigga, I'm from the city. What's happening? They're like, oh, okay. You one of them real ones. Okay. I'm like, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. Matter of fact, I need the fade. Take it to the back. Like, I was really on that type of timing. Like, I was upset. So I wasn't really, I still had a prison mentality. Like, and that's why I think halfway houses are good sometimes, because the first 3 months I came home, all I cared about was making sure that nobody played with my name, and just left me alone, let me smoke. So I guess after about 2 months of just beating people up, didn't take one loss. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a couple black eyes, but I didn't take no losses. But after about 3 months of being there, I decided that, you know what, my man's over here got the connection on the weed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sell a little weed. Why get a job? You know why? I mean, what am I gonna do at a job? I gotta clock in. I gotta, you know what I mean, work. And actually, you know what? I take that back. I did have a job. I forgot. The halfway house makes you register for this cleaning crew where you do highway maintenance from 6 in the morning till 12 o'clock p.m. So I was actually every morning I'd get up, go downtown, get in the little vans. It was all the inmates, all the halfway house people, everybody fresh out. It was only for people that are fresh out in halfway houses in my situation. Excuse me. So we would go there, and that's when I start making connections, start talking to people. I'm like, oh, you're from here? Okay, you're from there? Okay, bet. You know, I got the weed. I'm finna have this. Whoa, this, that, and the third and the 15th. So, okay. So now I'm finally getting my name ringing. They understand that now they're coming and making sales. I'm doing my thing. Now, when I say I'm making sales, doing my thing, minuscule. I'm not doing nothing major. It ain't like I'm selling peas here. I'm not Tony Montana. Like, no, this is very nickel and dime, small operation, mom and popping, if you will. I thought I was doing something though, like, you know what I mean? But now I realize in the grand scheme of things, I was doing very minuscule, nothing big at all. But anyway, so while I was still doing that, I worked there, give me a little, they were paying us $80 a day to do that. So I get $80 a day and do that, and then use that money to go buy some product and then try to flip it and double it and bounce it, flip it and bounce it. You know what I mean? That was what I was doing. Pretty sad if you think about it, honestly. But anyway, oh yeah. So around this time, let's see, the Warriors just won the playoffs. So, and by this time, I was up to about a pound and a half in the halfway house. And not only that I was up to a pound and a half, I recruited a little crew too. You know what I mean? It was a new younger dude. He had to be maybe 25, maybe 25. And the other dude underneath me, he just came home maybe 2 weeks before that. Like, and I was like, yo, I need people to help me get this off. So thank you, help me get this off. So he was helping me get the work off. And then sorry, I'm just gonna say shout out Scoob, story time. But anyway, so he's helping me get the work off. Now, as soon as sorry, like I said, the Warriors won the playoffs. So in honor of them winning the playoffs, they get a parade that goes all through Oakland, California. So I was like, yo, this is the perfect opportunity for me to get all this work off. Like, you know what I mean? I had 2 jars, like, oh yeah, I think it goes away. I had 2 jars about this size, like just jam-packed with the dro. That was about 2 pounds, you know what I mean? And I oh yeah, by this time I had Alexis. And then what's it called? While I'm having Alexis, let's see, I'm buzzing some plays here and there. Like I said, I really think I'm doing my thing. Like, I'm really not. But anyway, so what's going on is that during this parade, we are at Lake Merritt. And while we're at Lake Merritt, let's see, I'm doing my thing. I'm smoking big. I'm having a good time. I'm drinking. I'm having fun. I got my little crew out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man, I gave him, like, I want to say about 2 ounces. I said, yeah, go do your thing, man. Do your thing. And then the other dude, his name is Jordan. And he was the one that just came home. He's been out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He says, yo, I met some people over here, about 5 gentlemen who want to get a lot of dro from me. And I said, man, look, that whole situation looks sketch. Let me go meet these dudes. So we go over there. I go by the bathroom over by the Lake Merritt, and I say, okay, but check it out. I see them. I talk to them. I size them up. I'm like, all right, bro, you know what? I don't even think this is going to go the way you think. I take the whole jar from Buddy, and I give him maybe an ounce. That's it. And then, yeah. So, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I gave him an ounce. Boom. I leave. And then I come back, I leave, and then I'm going to, I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling myself at the time too. I'm hollering at police officer women. The Warriors are coming by on their floats. I'm talking to people. I'm wiggling. I'm talking to people. You know what I mean? Having a good time, man. I'm just feeling myself. So then what comes after that is I go to my vehicle to go. So I sold my pound. So now I go to my vehicle to go get my other jar, and I open the jar. I open my vehicle, no jar, which I thought was weird, right? And then I was like, wait a minute. I told Jordan there was a sneak way to get in my car. So maybe he doubled back to go ahead and, I don't know, maybe pretend he was the man with a pound of weed. I don't know. So I catch up with Jordan. I'm like, yo, hey, Jordan. And he's like, and he's running towards me. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's up with Buddy? And he was like, yo, remember those dudes? I'm like, yeah, the one they just wanted a little zip. Well, they said they wanted to get like a little more. And I know you kept the other stuff in your car. So I just went back there and grabbed it real quick. And as soon as I turned around, they hit me and took the whole jar. I was like, yeah, I got that whole vibe from them. That's why I took the jar. Like, common sense. So, and I'm like, all right, cool. You my homie. So what we're gonna do is look for these fools and for some get back. So, excuse me. So we're looking for him. I'm driving everywhere. We running down the streets. They have mysteriously up and vanished, disappeared. Like Casper the Friendly ghosted me. And I'm hot. I'm not gonna lie to you, because with that one little pea I sold, it was just enough to get 2 peas to put me back to where I was just at in the beginning when I started my day. Like I didn't get no profit. I pretty much took an L, and I'm not taking no L's, especially with my personality at that time. No, I'm not taking no L's, none. Like you guys know me now today, so that's awesome. But who I used to be, is who I used to be, and I'm not very proud of that individual. So, um, I look at my man's. I say, "Yo, look, man, that's crazy. We can't find them, or you know what I mean? Because I'm not taking no L. Like you gonna have to come up with this money. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know where. Well, actually, I do know the when. It's today. It's now o'clock, and I need it yesterday. Actually, that's when. That's when. And I was standing on business about it. I was 10 toes about that. I ain't gonna lie. I was 10 toes. And I don't know if it was maybe the look in my eye or whatever, but it was very believable. Like he was scared. And I only say that on hindsight because I didn't know this going into it. So he says, "Don't even trip. I just called my people and they wired me some money, and I'm just gonna pick it up and then I'll give you your issue." Bad. Not even worried. I'm like, bro, you know what? We can kick out the rest of the parade, have more fun time. You know what I'm saying? When the parade's over, then we'll just go pick it up. No big deal. He like, yeah, all right, cool. So he said something like along the lines of when it was time to go. So yeah, about that situation. I said, yeah, everything great with the situation, right? And I put the ham sandwich on my lap. And if y'all know what the ham sandwich is, you know what I'm saying? It's the MC Hammer. Can't touch this. Like, you know what I mean? So I put it on my lap, like, yeah, man, what were you saying about the little situation? He was like, actually, it's just right over here. I just gotta go over there and get it at the ATM. I said, bad. Okay, let's go to the ATM. No problem. So now this is amazing too, by the way, because I happened to be dating a beautiful woman at the time who ended up becoming my wife. And it was very interesting because we were only talking for about 5 months. And I call her because she's worried about me, of course, because I'm selling drugs in Oakland. Like, why? Of course, you're gonna be worried. So I call her. She's like, "So what's going on? You hung out with me earlier." I'm like, "Man, look, this dude playing. Try to be the man in front of these fools." I pretty much run her the drill of the story. She like, "Man, get away from him. He seems like bad news." I'm like, "Bro, he is bad news. That's why he works for me. Not, you know what I mean? Not he's not in charge of nothing." But the whole time she's telling me on the phone, like, "Man, don't trust him, don't trust him." I'm like, "I don't trust him. All we're doing is going to the ATM. He gonna give me my money, and I'm not gonna mess with him no more because he's a goofy, like for real." So I'm talking to her on the phone, and he's sitting next to us. So we stopped talking about him. So I'm like, "Where the store at?" He like, "Store." And this is before we had Waze and things like that. He's like, "Store's over here on Alameda, blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Bet, bet, 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 bet." So I'm in the car. He like, "Hey, you want anything? You want like some chips or something?" Well, I'm like, "Yeah, man, let me get some Dorito. Like, you feel me? How I rock the ranch kind. You know what I'm talking about?" So he like, "All right, bet." He go in the store. I'm over there talking to her, my wife actually, who was my girlfriend at the time. But I'm like, "Yo, oh yeah, I can't wait to hurry up and get home." Excuse me. "I can't wait to get home. I'm gonna talk to you, take a shower, had a long day. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta go ahead and bust a play tomorrow, get back because now I got my money. I'm planning I'm spending this money virtually without even having it in my hand physically." I'm like, "Yo, I got enough for 4 P's now." Feeling like that man. I'm like, "Yo, I can go ahead and buy you a little sham, pull up on you." Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking everything's gonna be great. And then, like I said, we're talking on the phone. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I want to say maybe 4 minutes later go by. 4 minutes. Couldn't even been longer than that. I just see him running out the store like this. I'm like, that's weird. And then 2 seconds later, I see two big white guys chasing right after him. Now I'm like, yo, this is probably like some like hate crime. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, they're big white dudes that were bald. He's a littler black dude. Like, he's like my size, except like maybe like a little buffer. I'm like, yo, this might be a hate crime. I grabbed a ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So I hop out the car. I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, but they're gone. Like, my man was running. He gone. Pew! Like, with that, hit a block, probably hit another block. They gone too. Boom, 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 hit another block. I'm like, this is crazy. I hop in the car. I'm like, boom, I'm trying to go find him. I don't find him. And keep in mind, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend this whole time. Big Bluetooth gang. You know what I mean? So I'm over there like, boom, I'm driving. I don't see him. She's like, man, stop chasing him. He's nobody. Just go ahead and go home. Like, I'm like, why would I go home? He's got my money. Like, I don't want them to beat him up and take my money. I need that. She was like, okay, well, if you don't see him the next 5 seconds, just leave. And I'm like, all right. So I parked the car. I get out. Oh, wait, hold on. I parked the car in some random parking lot. That's, I want to say, maybe across the street from the store that he went into with the ATM. So then I happened to see a police car come in. 2 of them, actually, just in the distance, come in my direction. And I just had a bad feeling it was not going to go on my way. Also, because I'm a felon with a firearm. So this is what I do. I get out the vehicle. I just go, huh. 2 different occasions. I throw the ham sandwich and I throw my car keys. And I'm still talking to my wife or my girlfriend at the time. So she's just saying, like, yo, that's kind of weird. I'm like, yo, I just seen 2 police officers like to come in this direction. It has to be because of what we're doing. Because let's be real. In this part of the city, it shuts down. It's like gotta be 10 o'clock at night. There's no people out. The parade is 20 miles further away, and it's done and over with. So I'm like, yo, they gotta be coming this way for what's going on. So let me make sure I'm legit. So she's like, yeah, you're right. I was smart. I'm like, yeah. Plus, I have no license. So yeah, I have no light. I shouldn't even be driving. I'm all the way dirty. I'm dirtier than the South. I'm trying to tell you. So so as soon as I see one car, then it goes straight into the park. So I start walking away from my vehicle. I'm like, nope, let's not even be near the suspected vehicle that I shouldn't even be behind. Like, you know what I mean? Behind the wheel of. So I'm walking down the street. I'm like acting like I don't know what's going on, oblivious. I'm on the phone. I get surrounded like always. Freeze, get on the ground. They hop out with AR-15 style pistols. I'm not making this up. My wife is on the phone like, what's going on? What? I'm like, I don't even know. Put your hands up. Walk backwards to us now. I'm like, what? Wow. Why? Like, I didn't. You can't. Your name. You were involved in a robbery. Porque? Hey, how was I involved in a robbery? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how? I never got out the vehicle. Like, how? Like, I'm like, oh, we're gonna beat this. This is light. This is nothing to even worry about. So I'm still on the phone. They take my phone and then put it on the top of their hood, cuff me, put me in the back seat. I'm talking to my girlfriend the whole time because I still got my Bluetooth. I'm like, yo, like, so are they really trying to take you to jail? I'm like, man, this is gonna be sorted out in no time because I ain't done nothing. Nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, hey, no big deal, like type ish. So the officer comes back to my window. He says, hey, look, man, your name came up in a armed robbery. I'm like, never. Like, you know what I mean, I was in the car the whole time. I'm on the phone with my wife. I'm telling him, I'm like, I'm on the phone with my wife. Been on the phone this whole time. Like, I'm not on no cameras. I've been sitting in the car, man. I ain't did nothing. They said, did you come here to the store with another gentleman? I said, nah. Why? That's how I knew. I think they knew it too. They was like, nah, fam. Okay, so check it out, right? The individual that you brought to this location walked in here with a regular firearm and tried to hold them not hostage, just rob them, I guess. Just rob the location. I said, wait, what? And he said, yeah. So in my mind is flashing. Okay. The officer walks away. In my mind, I'm talking to my girl. She's like, did Jordan just? I'm like, they're saying maybe. I don't know. All I know is that I didn't do nothing. and I'm supposed to just like, I'm not gonna say nothing because I ain't did nothing. There's nothing to talk about. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this situation's gotta be resolved. Like, you know what I mean? No big deal. So 40 minutes later, they end up catching, I was gonna say my man's, but that is not my man's. Any person that's gonna involve you unbeknownst to you into a felony is not your man's. But anyway, so they catch him. The other officer comes back, boop, and they say, "Hey, we caught your man's. He gave up all the information about everything." I said, "I don't know what there's to give up. Like, whatever he told you, that's what he told you, I guess. I don't know. Hey." So this is how I knew it was bad. The officer comes to my side of the window, snatches my earbud out, and says, "You're being arrested for accessory to a robbery." I said, "How?" You say, "Well, how did he get here?" I said, "I don't know. How what did he say?" It was like, you can deal with that in court. So they take me to the county jail, that is Santa Rita. They take him to the county jail, which is Santa Rita. And I was arrested for an armed robbery, which I thought was interesting. I'm like, you know what? I'm telling my girl. I call her. I'm like, yo, don't even worry about this case because this is going to be dismissed. I haven't done anything. Obviously, my man's going to get up there and say the right thing. He's going to be like, yo, man, this is all me. I had nothing to do with it. I'm waiting for court. Now, keep in mind, when you get caught committing a crime with an individual, they don't put you in the same dorms. So I only got to see him at court. So when our first court date came, they told they read me my charges, accessory to a robbery. And my lawyer was like, yo, all you got to do is say that you just drove him there and then that's it. And I was like, no, that sounds like I'm admitting to the actual crime. Like, no, I'm not going to say any of that. I want my mans to go over here and step up and be like, yo, he ain't know nothing and let him go and just deal with me about the situation. So when the second court date came, because the first court date is just an arraignment where they just get your plea of not guilty and then they get you a lawyer, you come back. So we come back a month later and I see him on the bus. I'm like, yo, bro, like, hey, what's the deal? Keep it real. Like, let him know I had nothing to do with this. He was like, yo, bro, I would. But see, the thing is, like, I have 2 strikes already for the same crime. And I just came home 2 weeks ago before I met you. So if I go back and tell them that I committed a crime again for the 3rd time, they're going to give me life. I said, that's crazy. So anyway, when are you going to tell these people I ain't do nothing? Like, for real. I don't care about none of that. Like, hey, you did the crime, right? Hey, wasn't me. Like, he was like, nah, my lawyer's advising. Man, fuck what your lawyer, man. F what your lawyer talking about. Just gonna do right by me, and we're gonna be square. So that man ends up not doing that. And I end up calling my girl pretty much every other day while I'm fighting this case. And she said some words to me that I will never forget. She said, if you was not on the phone with me when this happened, I would have never believed you. And I said, thank you. Thank you for that. That was the only thing that saved our relationship, was the fact that I was on the phone with her. Now, the disposition of that case was I ended up taking a deal because I was already a felon. And the deal they gave me was 2.5 years in prison. And I took it. And I ended up only having to do a year and some change, which is still horrible. And the dude Jordan ended up getting 16 years, something of that nature. He took a deal for 16 years. That shit is crazy. Which I thought was very interesting because I told him, I said, look, man, all you got to do is just do right by me and I'll do right by you. And if you guys don't know the slang terminology of that means, check it out. If you go ahead and take this charge for me, I'll support you on your whole road through this whole jail prison stint. And he didn't. So I said, you know what? All right, bet. I'm gonna go take my time and do my time, and you just do yours, and we just not friends no more. We nothing, because I can't applaud that. I can't respect that. I can't. None of that. I don't. And honestly, if we were in the same cell, I'd have been had to, you know what I mean, go to the back. Facts. I was hot. Super hot. Chernobyl. Trying to tell you I was super mad. But anyway, I go do my time. It's interesting. I've got some stories about that you guys have heard as well. But yeah, I ended up doing my time. And the whole time I was doing my time, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and who became my wife, like I say. And she was telling me, when you come home from doing this, all this other stuff you trying to do is over with. Like, you need to get away from these people, this lifestyle, all that stuff. We gonna figure out a better life. And we did. So yeah, that's the end of that story. I do want to say there's an interesting side note to this story that I want to say I was home. I came home in 2018 and 2018. And that guy, Jordan, had the nerve to hit me up on Instagram on DMs talking about, yo, bro, can you look out for me for $50? Hey, my birthday coming up. Hey, can you look out for me with $100? He just kept DMing me because he didn't have my phone number. So obviously the answer is hell fuck no. Like, I blocked him. Actually, he got a new account. And I actually, today is 2024, right? I think he'll be getting out in 3 more years. So that goes to show you that how one mistake takes a very long time to recover from. But hey, if you made it this far, that means you put some paint where it ain't. And for that, you need to be thanked. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but fuck that other little 10. I'm maxed out.